I oppose raising the Social Security withholding tax as a husband, as a father, as a small businessman in a business that employs over 12 employees. I know the burden that payroll taxes already impose upon our families in Missouri and around the country. I think the only way we're going to meet our obligations to our seniors, which is absolutely critical, is once again for this economy to grow by engaging in the kind of pro-growth, pro-family, pro-jobs economic policies that I've espoused elsewhere in this debate. And that's the only way to do it. Massive Barack Obama tax increases on our wages is not the way to balance the budget, and it's not the way to shore up Social Security. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Budget.
To raise the limit of the taxes is to take money from you to put it in a system to give it to you later on, but the system's going broke. If you took your money and put it in a bank, and then you went to get it out and you said, yeah, we invested it and we lost most of it, sorry, you wouldn't do business with it. That's insane to raise taxes. It just is. I gotta watch what I'm saying here. That's insane to raise taxes to take care of things like that. We need to lower taxes. But how are we going to fund this? Because it wasn't fair. It's not fair that a 64-year-old person is paid and maybe not going to get anything out of it. That's not right. Where's the money going to come from? Why is the money there? One, there's more baby boomers, we know that, so demand doesn't buy that. But the other is Congressmen have been stealing from it. And that's what I call it when we take money from something that is set aside for a certain purpose and we use it for other things. If I take money from your wallet and use it for something I want to use it for, they call it stealing. We gotta have people in Congress that don't steal from us. I'm that guy. One of the ways I would get the money is all the money we're spending on illegal aliens. I hear people say that we need them for the economy. They're killing our economy. I heard today, and I almost don't believe this number, but it came from the California Congressman, Republican, so I believe him. $2.2 billion that they've given to illegal aliens for education because they got to educate them. That's the liberal standpoint. I don't think we need to educate them. I think we need to send them home. And let's take that money and then put it back in Social Security. And let's take care of our people first. I'm not against any other people in the world. We should be the leaders in taking care of everyone in the world as best we can. And the way we can do that is make ourselves stronger.
Thank you, Mr. Lucan.
Thank you, Jim. One of the proposals that was made a couple years ago was that we have a Social Security savings account, so like a health savings account, where the individuals are able to put some of their own money away to protect themselves and prepare for their retirement. I think that's one way to solve the problem, is put it back into the hands of the people, these dollars, so they can prepare for themselves. I think another way is to grow ourselves out of this. I think if you look at some of the tax structures that we have, they're very regressive. They hurt ourselves from the standpoint of investment. We take our money overseas. We don't develop our resources here. We don't employ people here. We've got to find a way to get the investment back in this country so we can get producing again, so we can get people back on the job, back and making things and paying some taxes. I think we can grow ourselves out of this from the standpoint if we allow ourselves to restructure our tax structure, to again, incent people to be able to come here and develop the resources we have and the entrepreneurs that they can be and take the burden off.
Thank you, Ms. Moore.
Okay. Well, the Social Security tax savings account for younger adults is a great way to address the problem. I have talked to younger working adults who would really like to have the choice to do that. Those who would choose another way, that would be their choice as well. We don't have that choice right now, and we need that choice. I also believe, though, that we must keep the promises to our retirees. Talk about the baby boomers. I think I might be close to being one, I'm not sure. And not keeping those promises would be a travesty. So how do we go about doing that? The same way I referred to before. We grow ourselves out of the national debt, we grow ourselves out of this problem as well. In Missouri, we are ahead of the game. We are not in trouble financially. There's a reason for that. There are about 20 states in the nation that are doing okay. Some folks say we're in a recession, others say perhaps not, but we all know that people are having problems at the gas tank, paying for gas, high prices of food, etc. However, the state of Missouri and about 19 other states are not in a deficit situation. That is because of the laws that we've passed recently while I've been in the legislature that encourage business to thrive. We need, as I've said before, continue to do that at the federal level. Performance-based budgeting to control the spending is what is needed as well. But I want to underscore that we are in a global war on terror and that we must support our troops and of course our veterans. And there are a lot of people who feel that when we're in a war economy, that it is good for us. I'm not proud that we're in a war economy, but we must support our troops.
Thank you, Mr. Leland.
Jim, I'm going to answer your second question first. You asked, would we increase the Social Security tax? My answer is no. In fact, seniors have worked for all their lives and they've paid the 7.65 FICA tax on every paycheck they've ever earned. And then, when they retire and they go to collect their public pension benefits, we double tax them, sometimes to the extent of 85% on the federal level. Now, the state legislature, and compliments to you guys, they repealed the double tax on the state level, but we need to do that on the federal level as well, and that's something I will work hard to do. How do we shore up Social Security? It's supposed to go insolvent, I think the last time I heard it was 2043, Jim. I too support the idea of personalizing it, giving people the option to opt out, maybe at a certain age. I mean, we're working on solutions constantly trying to figure this out, but maybe at a certain age you cut it off, you guarantee people who are 45 or 50 currently that they'll receive all their Social Security benefits with the old program, but maybe people 44 and below or 49 and below can opt out, because we know this, folks. We know that Washington has proved not to be the best steward of our tax dollars, that we are the best steward of our tax dollars. And we're going to feel a lot more comfortable and be a lot more positive, a lot more successful if we know where our money's going and who's handling it, who's signing checks on our accounts. So, and I'm speaking to my generation, and this is one of the reasons, my generation, I'm speaking to you right now, this is one of the reasons we need to elect younger generations. We need to get people from our generation involved in the political process. I was very empathetic for a lot of years, and now I've woken up and I'm reaching out to you guys as well. These are the type of programs and the type of legislation that we can make a difference in you guys. Thank you.